Why does fast food get such a bad rap for being unhealthy? Americans drop over $200 billion a year on it, more than the GDP of countries like Portugal or New Zealand. From greasy burgers to crispy fries, it's a massive part of our lives. So, what's the real story here? Let's unpack it step by step. Fast food's a total love-hate thing. Some of you are probably drooling thinking about your next drive-thru run. I mean, who doesn't crave that burger smell sometimes? But others see it as a health disaster waiting to strike. Is it really the villain people make it out to be, or are we missing the bigger picture? Today, we're breaking it down into 4 big chunks. What's in the food, how it affects us, what fast food's doing to change, and why we keep eating it anyway. I've got stats, stories, and some food for thought. Pun intended, so stick around. Before we dive in, let's set the stage. Fast food's not just a quick bite, it's a juggernaut. In 2023, the U.S. fast food industry hit $366 billion, up from $200 billion a decade ago. McDonald's alone pulls in $48 billion a year globally, more than Nike or Coca-Cola. There are over 200,000 fast food spots across America, one for every 1,600 people. It's cheap, it's fast, and it's everywhere. But with that size comes scrutiny. Is it worth all the hype, or are we paying a hidden price? Let's find out. All right, let's peek inside fast food. A Big Mac's got 30 grams of fat, 11 grams saturated, half your daily limit in one sandwich. Fries get deep-fried in oil, nuggets too. It's what makes them juicy and irresistible. Back in the 90s, chains used beef tallow for fries, pure fat flavor, but swapped it for vegetable oil after health scares. Still, too much saturated fat can spike cholesterol and clog arteries over time. Is that a deal breaker, or just part of the fast food charm? Then there's soda, a large Coke from McDonald's packs, 77 grams of sugar, 19 teaspoons. The American Heart Association caps us at 36 grams for men, 25 for women daily. One drink triples that. Back in 1955, a Coke was 6.5 ounces. Now it's 32 ounces in some combos. Critics say this sugar bomb drives obesity. 1 in 3 Americans qualifies now. But fans argue it's a treat, not breakfast. Does that hold water, or is soda sneakier than we think? Now, fries. A large Burger King order has 1,500 milligrams of sodium, 2/3 of the 2,300 milligram daily max. Salt's everywhere in fast food. Burgers, nuggets, even the buns. Too much jacks up blood pressure. 1 in 3 adults has hypertension partly from diets like this. But that salty crunch? Pure gold. Americans scarf down 4.5 billion pounds of fries yearly. That's 13 pounds per person. Is it worth the salt shake, or are we overdoing it? And it's not just fat, sugar, and salt. Fast food's got additives. Preservatives like TBHQ keep buns fresh for weeks. Trans fats were a thing too, linked to 7,000 heart deaths yearly, until the FDA banned them in 2018. Now, it's vegetable oils, but they're still high in omega-6 fats, which some say spark inflammation. It's science-y, sure, but does it bug you, or is it just the cost of convenience? So, how's this stuff hitting us? A combo meal, burger, fries, soda, can top 1,200 calories, half a day's worth for most adults. Obesity shot up from 15% in the 70s to 37% today. Fast food's cheap and easy to overeat. A 2004 study tracked folks eating it twice a week. They gained 10 pounds over 15 years versus rare eaters. But tons of people eat it and stay slim. Is it the food or our habits? Then there's your heart. The American Heart Association ties fast foods fat and salt to heart disease. Over 695,000 Americans die yearly, #1 killer. A lifetime of fries can build artery plaque. Autopsies of young soldiers in the 50s showed it starting early. But plenty eat it and thrive. My uncle's 80, loves Wendy's, and runs 5Ks. Is it about balance, or are we rolling the dice? Here's a twist. Portions are nuts now. In the 50s, a burger was 3 ounces. Today, it's 6 or more. Drinks went from 7 ounces to 32. Morgan Spurlock's Super Size Me doc in 2004 showed him gaining 24 pounds in 30 days, eating McDonald's daily. Wild, right? Frequent eaters, 3+ times weekly, gain 10 pounds more over 15 years. Is fast food pushing us to overeat, or do we just love going big? It's not just your body. Fast food messes with your brain too. Fat, sugar, and salt trigger dopamine, the feel-good chemical. A 2011 study found it lights up your reward center like a slot machine. That's why you crave it. Some call it addictive. Rats in labs picked fries over veggies every time. But isn't that just human nature loving tasty stuff? Does it control us? Or are we in the driver's seat? Fast food's pushing back. McDonald's has salads, grilled chicken, and stuff under 400 calories. Like a McChicken, hold the mayo. They axed trans fats in 2008, swapped fries for apples in Happy Meals. Sales of healthier options jumped 30% since 2010. Taco Bell's got a fresco menu with salsa instead of cheese. It's progress, but some say it's PR fluff. Does this sway you, or is it too little too late? Then there's plant-based. Burger King's Impossible Whopper drops fat from 28 grams to 12. No beef, just soy and potato protein. It's lighter, cuts fast food's carbon footprint by 10%. Huge for the planet. I tried it. Tastes 90% like the real deal. But it's still processed. Some nutritionists call it fake health food. Wendy's is testing plant nuggets too. Is this a game changer or a trendy gimmick? Chains are getting real now. Calorie counts hit menus in 2018 thanks to the FDA. A Whopper's 670 calories stares you down before you order. Studies say 25% of people pick lighter options when they see the numbers. Sales of low-cal items spiked 15% after. But half still grab the big stuff anyway. Subway's been doing fresh fit meals forever. Does knowing the damage change your pick, or do you just shrug? Here's a wild comparison. France loves McDonald's. 13% of their sales are there. But their obesity rate's just 17%, versus our 37%. Why? Portions are smaller. A French Big Mac meal is 20% lighter, and they walk more, burning 300 extra calories daily. Japan's got KFC, but their buckets are tiny compared to ours. Fast food's still fatty and salty, but culture shifts the outcome. Can we tweak our habits like that? Or are we too hooked on the American way? So why do we keep eating it? Convenience, hands down. 70% of Americans hit fast food monthly. It's quick, cheap, and open 24/7. A burger's $5, done in 5 minutes. Try beating that cooking at home. In 1960, we spent 26% of our food budget eating out. Now it's 55%. Life's busier and fast food fits. Is that a fair trade? Or are we selling ourselves short? It's also nostalgia. Fast food's tied to memories. Friday night McDonald's runs with your folks. First dates at Sonic. A 2020 survey said 60% of Americans link it to happy times. It's comfort food. Greasy, yes, but it hits the soul. I still smile thinking of my childhood Taco Bell trips. Does that outweigh the health stuff, or is it just sentimental excuses? And let's not kid ourselves. Taste and value rule. Fat, sugar, salt hit your brain's happy spot. Dopamine spikes every bite. Plus, it's a steal. A combo's half the price of a sit-down meal. Chains spend millions perfecting that flavor. McDonald's tests fries for crispness down to the second. It's engineered to win. Can health food ever compete? Or are we wired for this? So, why's fast food seen as unhealthy? It's the fat, sugar, salt, and additives, piling up to mess with our weight, hearts, and kids. But it's adapting. Lighter options, plant-based swaps, and we keep eating it for speed, comfort, and that killer taste. 70% of us indulge monthly and we're still here. Is it a friend you can manage or a foe to watch out for? Hit the comments with your take. What's your fast food guilty pleasure and how do you balance it? Like, share, and drop your thoughts below. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Turn on notifications so you never miss an update. See you in the next one.